All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We have the rhetorical devices for organization that we're going through. We're now looking at parenthesis. So here we go. Slide number 1. So many of you know how to use a parenthesis. It is used to insert an aside or additional information into the flow of your writing. However, there are a number of different ways that you can do this. You can use actual parenthesis marks, or you can use commas, or you can use dashes. Now, depending on what you are trying to do with the information that you're adding will dictate which type of punctuation you will use to add your parenthesis. Okay? Now, do we all know what an aside is in, let's say, a play?
Yeah.
When an aside is where the actors on the stage sort of pause what they're acting, they turn to the audience, and they speak directly to the audience. And it's implied that everybody else on stage doesn't know what they're saying, right? But they're just talking to the audience. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. So that is very similar to what you can do with parenthesis. It's basically a way to add in information, any information you want, without having to try to grammatically fit it in the sentence. You can just stick the stuff in there just in the middle of your sentence. You can use them, actual parenthesis marks, but only if you want to do a certain thing, and I'll explain to you what that is. It's confusing? It will get less confusing as we go on. Oh, the name is going to.
Every time I hear it, I'm just like, I cringe.
Yes. 1,000. Good? Okay. So some of the uses. It allows you, the writer, to add critical information without having to end a sentence and start a new one. If you want to have information that sort of is just glossed over and nobody really looks at it, use actual parenthesis marks. Okay? If you want to say jolt the reader's attention and draw their attention to what you're saying, use little dashes on either side. And if you would like to simply insert the information into the flow of your sentence, you use a comma on either side. Okay? In formal academic writing, you want to use commas to add additional information. Because parenthesis is a little more informal, and dashes are a little bit too much in your face. And again, this is rather important, but when you use actual parenthesis marks, it sort of creates a sense of unimportance to the information that is contained within the actual parenthesis marks.
Hey, this isn't important, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
I know. You like that? Okay. Questions so far? Have you ever done that when you're reading something and there's parentheses so you just skip over it?
Yeah.
Right? Because like, oh, it's not needed. They just put it in there for the heck of it. Right? Okay.
I read them.
Some people, yes, I read them too. Some people, though, just see a parenthesis and they automatically discard whatever's inside of it. Right? So remember that when you are writing yourself.
So I could write like my deepest, darkest secret in the parentheses, and then maybe no one will read it.
Maybe. Yes.
I'll read it.
But now that you've said that, probably everyone will read it because they think it's your...
I'll put a decoy.
There you go. Okay. Are we ready to move on?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So, oh,
1 second.
1 sec.
3 seconds.
Rather loud.
1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000. Yeah, good?
What would be the best way to phrase that? Like, can you go back for a moment? Would that be better?
Sure. Can you just go back till I finish this? It'll be just fine.
Perfect.
Okay. It is a powerful way to make a reader pause and think about a piece of information that you're giving, right? Not only can it add more information, it can actually, because it is a rhetorical device, it can be used to elicit some kind of response out of the reader. Okay? Here's an example. Diet and exercise, which are far preferable to surgical weight loss techniques, require a great deal, oh, I forgot the A, of discipline and commitment. So notice, we could just say diet and exercise require a great deal of discipline and commitment, right? But by adding in there this parenthesis with a comma on either side, diet and exercise which are far preferable to surgical weight loss techniques. What does that make you think about?
Liposuction.
Liposuction, what else?
What else is there?
Tummy tuck.
Tummy tucks,
What?
okay?
Working out.
Plastic surgeries, right?
Pills.
So,
Gills?
what is it also saying? If yes, right?
They're better ways.
Diet and exercise require a great deal of discipline and commitment. So it's by implication, it's saying that surgical weight loss techniques, people who do that are not disciplined or committed to anything.
Nope, they're committed to spending a bunch of money
They are committed to spending a bunch of money and finding the easiest way they can to get the design in the fastest way, right? So by adding in that parenthesis, you've now created an entire new train of thought for the reader as they're going through it, right?
Amazing.
It's not like possible to lose all the weight in your body.
No, it's not, because
Yeah, so I mean, some people might do that.
some
You
people.
know, like women who have children and now they have all that extra saggy skin on their stomachs. They want to get rid of it. You can't work that off.
Yeah, you
Saggy
can.
skin. It's saggy skin.
You can
Like stretch marks.
we're not going to get into this discussion right now.
No, yes.
We're learning about parenthesis right now. We can talk about, this is just an example, okay?
Parenthesis on the body, they're like.
Now,
But that would go away with.
okay. When you use dashes, okay? Dashes break the flow of the writing, okay? When you're reading and you see a dash, suddenly it's like, oh, what's going on, right? There's something that's just not right. So only use dashes if you want to jolt the reader to make them pay attention to what you're saying.
Zach, do that face again. That's how you react with dashes.
Yeah.
In their video, yeah.
Yep, there you go. If you have, say, a surprising piece of information, a fact, a viewpoint, something that's contradictory, or you're just sort of interrupting their thought process for whatever reason you want to do that with your writing, use dashes, because those will interrupt, jolt the reader's attention, make them look at whatever you're writing in between the dashes much more closely than using parenthesis or commas. Questions?
Nope.
Not moving on yet?
No.
You need 10 more seconds?
20.
20. Okay, I've got a timer here so I can look at it for you. Dashes also make your writing a little bit less formal than using commas. So depending on what you're writing or who the audience you're writing for is, you might use dashes or commas. Are we ready for some examples?
No. I can't wait.
Okay, awesome. That's what I like to hear. Are we ready now for some examples?
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
It's cold.
Okay, whether we're ready or not, we're moving on because I think you're ready.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Yup.
So, whoops, did I go too fast? No. This continued for many years, some would say far longer than it should have, before a new brand of politician put an end to it.
Bom, bom.
Right? We have no idea what this is talking about. However, we know that whatever is inside these dashes here, right, is what?
Important.
It's important. It's what? Shocking, right? So we know that for whatever was going on in politics, it was going on for far too long before this politician put an end to it, right?
But also, if you like take it out the little dashes, it still makes sense, you know?
It would, but you'd have to put commas in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. It does still make sense, yes.
Yeah.
But you couldn't just put it in there without having any punctuation around it.
Because you wouldn't know what was going
Well, yeah, and it's also not grammatically correct in the sentence without correct punctuation. So, good so far?
on. Yeah.
Are you ready for another example?
Yes.
On Christmas Day, 1942, the ship, 70 feet long, with 3 masts and a crew of 28 men, ran aground on the coast of Haiti. Notice, the excessive use of commas makes this sentence a little awkward to read, right? So you might want to try
Why is there a comma after the ship? Oh, is it
70 feet
Comma
long.
after every 3 words.
On Christmas
Almost,
Day,
yeah.
the ship with 3 masts.
On Christmas Day.
Well, because, right, you separate the day and the year, so you have the comma there.
Three masks and a crew.
There it is.
Okay? So try to avoid using this many commas in a sentence, okay?
What kind of ship is sailing? What kind of ship is still using masts in 1942?
The one that, well, they still have masted ships today. So they even have like
But once you get 70
older
feet long, they're putting an
ships.
engine on that thing, even in 1942.
Unless it was a sailing vessel and they wanted to simply sail.
I think it was just a Venetian boat.
I don't know. Okay. Here's another one. Are you ready? The governor, fool that he is, vetoed the bill even after it passed both houses of the legislature unanimously.
He's mayor though.
America!
True.
Okay. Right? Dashes. Shocking bit of information. Questions so far?
So you can put opinions in dashes?
You could, yeah. As long as it's opinions, yeah. As long as your opinion is geared toward some sort of overall structure of your essay or point that you're making with your essay. Yeah. Don't just randomly throw in "I love the Braves" in the middle of your essay, right? Something like that. Or "I love the Giants." Would that work better?
No, that's
Not right now.
Okay. I see. So you only love your team when they're doing well.
No, I love that. They just do good every other year.
Okay. Questions so far? All right. That's the end of that one.
Yay.